this video series I am building a Porsche 991 GT3 RS on a Porsche 996 using a body kit from Xclusive Customz. And in this video I'm going to be unveiling what's in this box that's cost me £1,200. Yeah, so previously we was lining up the rear quarters and all the body panels for the second dry fit, and yeah, it's all looking decent at the moment. I mean, there's still a bit of work to do, but you know what? I'm sick of bodywork, so I thought I'd do something a bit different. And to do something a bit different, I need what's in this box. Let me show you. Oh yes, the headlights. So whilst checking many different 911s, I'm looking at the headlights to see which is going to really suit the style of mine. Now, I need 997/991 obviously, because we've converted with the wing to have that shape of headlight. And the lights I decided to go for were these, which are known, I think, as Aurora. These were supplied by Design 911. I'll leave a link below if anybody's interested in getting these. But what these have is the halo ring here, which is going to be used as a DRL. So you probably have to connect this halo ring with the DRLs, which I've yet to wire up and yet to figure out, because this car, being the GT3 and above, has these great big DRLs that fit in there, and I've got a set of them as well. But this has been modified. My lights were standard halogens, so these are not xenons. Xenons, I'm not sure if there's a bit of coding involved, but I've had it on good authority that the idea is buy these halogens, and then if you want to upgrade to the headlights, you can get the Chinese specials and install them into here in place of your halogen bulb. I might look at that later on. I know there's some issues with the MOTs, which is the test that we have here in the UK, because if your car's not got self-leveling, then you shouldn't really put the HIDs in. But I'll research and investigate all that later on in this project. I'm not bothered initially, because to be honest, I won't be driving this car at night much anyway. Now, I'm not sure if Design 911 have modded these themselves, but there has been some mods carried out on these. And if you look here, we have a hole with a grommet, and these two wires are for the halo rings. So this bit here, when I take this off, pretty sure there won't be a bulb installed, so I have to do that myself. And if you look here, we have got the socket with just 4 pins. Now, what I have previously done as well is research the wiring diagrams for the Porsche 996 and the Porsche 997 to find out what the difference is for the headlight plugs. I also ordered a couple of headlight plugs with pigtails on to actually cut mine off and install into there. But you know what? I've tested these, and the existing plug here fits into the back of them. So I don't need to change that at all. I just need to alter the wiring, because remember we just counted 4 pins on that one? Well, this one has got many more than that. So we've got to sort this out. To that end, I've created this. Now I'll sling this up on the screen so you can get a better view of it. If you look, if we start at the top part there, that's the right hand headlight. And you've got the colours that go into the back of the plug and what pin that is on, and the usage of those colours. If you then look across to the 997, there is no fog light in there. There is no side light, because that function I think is provided by the DRLs, but we'll have a look at that when we have a look at the DRLs. So I now need to investigate which wires I need to remove from that plug and reinsert into different pinholes to work with this headlight. But to be honest, before I get anywhere with that, we have to get those headlights fitted in the car. So what you do get with these wings, which are the replica 991 GT3 RS ones, you get the headlight bracket here, which is going to end up holding the headlight tray. This is the headlight tray, and it's held on at 3 points, 1, 2 and 3, by these fixings. I've already put them in, and then this tray should just sit on top of those like that. Now I've left them all fairly loose because we want to put the headlight in and get it to line up nicely in the hole before we actually make these fixings solid. So to hold the tray in, we have these little things here. So these fix the headlight tray to the actual fixings. There is also quite a bit of play on these, up and down, to actually get the headlight centre in that hole there. You can alter these. If you look at that one's wound quite low, that one's higher, and that one's higher. So I may need, if the light's tilted like that, then I can lift that one up to tilt it that way. If it's left or right, I can alter these two. So let's get the headlight and let's try it in there. Now what you're going to need to do is the 2 wires that go from this halo, you need to feed them down through the hole there, because you don't want them getting trapped in the fixings. Right, well that's rubbish. Look at the gap we've got here. So right, I'm thinking that the tray needs to come up at the back, so that's pretty low there, so let's just wind that tray up at the back. So I've got the headlight available with the actual tray, so I've just pushed it into its mounting tray there, look, and then the plug plugs in automatically at the back. I haven't put the plug in place as yet, but I just wanted to show you this locking mechanism. So I think this puzzled a lot of people. So this is the bar that's underneath in your tray. Now you need a 5mm socket with a long bar, or a tube preferably. Tube that I've got is too short to work on these, but you push it through the hole in the side and it then latches on to that. Then what you do is you will turn it towards this, so this is in the released position at the moment. To latch it, you'll turn this towards the front of the car, which means that that bar goes like that, and then you'll hear a clicking sound when it gets to its right position like this. That is now latched in, and you see in there that bar has locked on to the light. That light is not coming out. To release it, obviously you just turn the opposite way, which means the bar comes up, and then you can slide the light out of the light tray. And probably break your light tray in the meantime. Ooh, it's okay, it survived. So I'm aiming to do the same here. So I've got to get this light tray in a position in there that when I push the light in, it will latch by using that socket through there and coming towards the front of the car. And as usual, after many hours of struggling, moving the light tray up, down, left, right, in and out, back, forward, I've managed to get these, so these do actually now snap in when you actually do the little twisty, which I'm using a 5mm socket there. The only problem is when I come take it out, it leaves the socket in. So I think what I'm going to look for is, well, let me show you what I got. And you get with a car, you do get one of these, but look, it's really, really short, so it won't reach. So I need one double length of that, that's got 5mm on that end. So I'm going to go look for one of those. But yeah, as you can see now, these are now fitting in nicely. They've got some nice edging around there. And the other one, so yeah, all nicely fitted around the edge there. Maybe just a little bit of adjustment needed at the top there, because I can just see through. So I might just need to get the tray and just move it slightly that way, just so it covers that bit there. Onto the wiring. And with all these wires, that means you're going to need to remove some of these pins. And to that end, I bought myself these pin removal, well, pins. So just cheapos off eBay, and it's a pack of all different ones. Hopefully I'll get one of these to fit, and we can remove the wires that we don't need. So what I'm going to do in this instance, because I've not got the DRLs and I'm not ready for them yet, I'm going to just remove the wires out of this plug that I don't need, tape them off and leave them for another day when I work on the DRLs. So let's see how easy that is. So I'll throw the wiring up on the screen. As you can see there, the original one has got 7 connections. Sorry about the noise in the background, guys. Next door's decided to cut his grass when I'm doing this. Yeah, you can see we've got 7 wires connected there, but the new one only needs 4 of those, and that is for low beam and high beam and an earth to each of those. So if we take a look in the back of the new light, so you can see there's only 4 pins used, and that is pin 2, 5, 6 and 12. And my wiring chart shows us that 5, 6 and 12 are in the right position, but 2 isn't. So first of all, we need to remove number 2, which is the grey black. Now, to remove any pins out of these plugs, you firstly have to remove this purple piece here, because this purple piece is locking the pins in place. To do that, got one of these little tools and just push that in there, and it should just slide out quite easily like that. Well guys, just to confirm, my battery is disconnected. It has been all of this time. So looking at that, the actual, if you look just on this ledge here, you won't be able to see it on the camera, but that's labelled 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we know 12's staying, we know 11's got to go. Turning the plug over, it's now labelled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 5 and 6 are staying. 1, 2 and 3 are coming out. So all we've got to find is which one of these is going to work on my plug. Right, so I've worked out, guys, that this one should work for me. So I'm going to pop this off this little link, because if I let go of it, I'll never find it again. Right, can get rid of those. Right, so the way this works then is what we need to do, we'll start with number 1 and we're going to pop that into there, push it all the way in, and then we should be able to get hold of wire number 1 and pull that out. Oh, look at that. So that's pin number 1, which we don't need. Right, pin number 2 can come out as well, because we don't need that one there. And I'll just continue on, I'll get all the pins out that I don't need, and then we'll look at putting the right one back in. Right, that, my friends, is it. So we've moved the, what was in 11, which was yellow and black, has now gone into position 2, and 5 and 6 and 12 stay where they are. These 3 are not used, so let me get some tape. I'm going to tape these up, just to keep them safe. Right, and lastly, let's not forget to put on the locking pin, plate, catch. This side's ready for testing. And what an absolute idiot I am. What did I say at the beginning? It doesn't come with any bulbs, so I need to get my bulbs out of my old light. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, I know there's going to be some disagreement here, but I really do think those 997 lights are way nicer than the 996 ones. Sorry, guys. Right, so what we'll do is start with the new light and just see what we actually need. And it's just a matter of removing the screws from the back. I'm just going to cover my table with this cloth just to protect the headlights, because obviously I don't want to scratch them on this table. Right, so now we can see in and see what we need. So what we need here is the halogen from mine. Right, what we'll do is let's get the bulb out of the original light and just see what it looks like. So now taking the original 996 light, this should just be push off like that. It's nice and easy. And this is your bulb, isn't it? Do not touch the bulb on the end there. So I just need to get it out of this bit here. I'm just going to use a screwdriver so I can just leverage the pins. So let's pop this in the other light and see what that gives us. So I'm just looking at this mechanism in here, guys, and I can see there is a couple of big sort of nuts there that are going to do the left and right for the actual light, but I'm not sure how that's going to do the up and down bit. Anyway, let's see if this fits in. Right, it looks like there's a large cutout at the bottom there. Is this one of them lenses where you have the little flap that gives you the low and high beam? I think it is, isn't it? Because I'm getting some wires here that are going to further down inside, so I'm assuming they're going to do that little flap. Right, I'm going to leave that open like that. Let's get it back to the car and let's plug it in. Let's just see what happened. Here goes. Oh, we have a light. She works. Okay, so it is one, and you can hear the plate moving up and down when that's on high beam now. You can hear the plate flicking as I'm flicking the switch. So when the high beam comes on, it looks like the other little bulb comes on as well. And I don't know, wow, it's hellishly bright, that. So yeah, that's pretty good. Well happy. So that's those wired correctly. So I'm going to take that off, fasten it back up, and we'll do the other side, and I'll show you the results. So now both headlights are back in, so it's time for the final test. Yes, main beam. That's beautiful, well happy with that. So that's it guys, it's going to be the end of this video. My car now has its front face fully done, well apart from the DRLs, which we'll do them in another video because again I've got a bit more wiring, I've got to mess around, get them working, get a DRL set up, etc, etc. So if you enjoyed this one, if you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because that really helps with the analytics, and give this one a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Till next time, stay safe.